Allie's question is, tell us about your first sexual experience. And she says she gave Steven Jr. the sloppiest blowjob of her life, and it lasted 2 seconds. And he's like, 10. The least
nobody
amount of
wants to be
time you
doing that
have
anyway.
to spend doing that,
Absolutely.
the better.
Absolutely. Nobody want to be doing that anyway, honey. Nobody wants to be doing that anyway. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Kelly.
I'm Wendy.
Tonight we're going to talk about, McBee Dynasty Season 3, Episode 5, Business Beef. Before we do that, we'd like to ask you to please go to our YouTube and subscribe, our Instagram and follow. We really need the Instagram followers. Facebook, TikTok, follow. Thank you. Before we start talking about this episode, Wendy and I were just talking about something we saw on social media. The Bravo instigator came out and said, I received some disturbing but very reliable information today about the McBees. These are allegations, of course, so take it for what you will. And the allegations are that Cole McBee offered a woman $50,000 to have an abortion with his baby. The other thing is there was a woman who got pregnant with Cole's baby. Cole offered the woman $50,000 to get an abortion. The woman and Kacie were pregnant at the same time. Kacie was pregnant with another guy's baby, and she got the abortion because the baby was not Cole's. Kacie and Cole were on and off. They were sleeping together and seeing other people, but he was they were seeing each other, but sleeping with other people. Kacie does know about the other pregnancy. The woman did not take the money and lost the baby. Now, this apparently, something came out with Kala, correct? Like, I don't think this is from Kala.
No, so what Kala said, I have Kala's post. Kala's post was, I was always nice to Kacie. She's just mad I told everyone her secret about being pregnant. She said it was Cole's, but it wasn't, ... Got an abortion at 5 months pregnant because Christy got a paternity test and it wasn't his. Then she puts an LOL. First of all, why are you putting out this information on a public platform? And why are you LOLing it?
Right.
And then she went on to say...
That's a really shitty thing to say about somebody, whether it's true or not. Because
Absolutely.
I don't think any woman would ever take that choice lightly. And whatever the circumstances are, that's never anything to be thrown in someone's face or used against them as a weapon. I
agree.
Didn't have much respect for Kala before this, but I have zero now.
Yeah, and then she went on to say, please keep talking shit so I can feel better about spilling everything. Been holding off too long out of respect, but you all can't keep my name out your mouth.
I mean, didn't they only say that Allie looked like her?
I mean, they did say that Allie looked like her and that she was nicer than Kala. I mean, and I think that anyone
they were
that
like, well,
saw...
this is different. I think Christy said, this is different. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's horrible. Listen, whether it's true or it's not, the fact that Kala felt the need to put this out on a public platform to badmouth,
humiliate
Cole and Kacie, not Steven, who she has beef with, and to put an LOL on it come on. You're trash. I'm sorry. I don't like to call people that.
Trash.
But that's a
Total
trashy
trash.
move. That's a trashy move. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a trashy move.
Well, listen, just as quickly as we saw a different side of Steven Jr. prior to this season being released, we're now seeing that side of Kala. So clearly one's no better than the other, because she might not be rage texting somebody like he was, but that's a disgusting thing to do to somebody. Disgusting.
That is a disgusting thing to do. And, the other thing that I saw that was put out was that Allie Eklund did put out that, which we're going to see in this episode, where Steven is trying to give her 20% of the tallow business, that she had no idea about that. Now, when we started this, last week recapping it, we were not a big fan of Allie's, and I'm still not a big fan of Allie's. I'm not, because I think that she came on this show with an agenda. She came on the show for the fame. She showed up for a paycheck. I think she possibly did think it was going to work out with Steven Jr., but quickly realized it wasn't because he's a psychotic person, and that is what it is. But the fact that she is coming out and kind of, and I will say this, even after they broke up, I do recall when Kacie posted on Instagram that she was expecting, Allie was still liking those posts, and Kacie and Allie still kind of had a little bit of a relationship online. I
That's
saw
interesting.
it, right? And I think it's interesting, but I think it's real, and I think the fact that Allie is coming out now saying that this is not true. I said to Steven when he asked me to take on this venture that I don't really have it in me right now to take on a whole new brand because I just don't. I have too many other things I'm working on, and she's already a successful
Right.
influencer and
She didn't
brand.
need it. They needed her more than she needed them.
Exactly. And she said, I'll help her. I will help her, but I don't, you don't give me a percentage. And that's not what Steven was pushing for. And she had no idea. So I just want to put that out there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this show, but the more that comes out, the more I'm like, can't we just find some normal people? Like,
No, because because it's very clear that Steven Jr. just wants to be a reality TV show star, and it's not landing. And he's he looks worse and worse.
he
And
does.
it's going to
He really
it could
does.
possibly turn people off to this show. Because I don't think I don't think the rest of them really care that much. I think the father cares, and I think Steven Jr. cares.
And it's
Anyway.
the other players that we really like. Like, I really like Kacie. I really like Jesse. I really like Tessa. I like Cole. Like, I like, I mean, I don't like Masha.
Other Allie. Jesse's Allie, yeah.
Yes, Jesse's Allie, yes.
Yeah.
Jake, I like Jake. Like, and Jake's girlfriend. Like, these are the people we like. Yes.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring that up.
So we start out at Cole and Kacie's house, and before we get to that, Steven Jr. and Allie bring Kacie a potbelly pig as an engagement gift because Steven says she's always wanted one. So they sneak into the house, they get the pig in there, and then all of a sudden Cole, Kacie, and Blair come walking down the hall, and they're like, what the hell is this? And they're like, we got you a potbelly pig because you always wanted one. And Kacie's like, I wanted a pony. And then the potbelly pig shits on the floor. So that was an epic, epic fail.
Yep. And his name is Todd, by the way. I don't know where that came from.
Not Wilbur, like Charlotte's Web.
Right.
Masha goes to see Allie and brings chicken feed to Steven Jr.'s house. I think Masha's really clinging on to Allie now.
Well, it's her only saving grace.
It is. And Masha asks Allie if she thinks the family accepted her right away. And Allie's like, yeah, I mean, it's gotten, it's building, but yeah, for the most part. That's because Steven Jr. didn't have a girlfriend. Like,
right.
She didn't.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly. So Masha tells Allie that she's going to do a calendar. She's going to shoot a calendar for Steve Sr. to take with him to jail. Do you even think he could have it in there? I guess he going to like a white collar place? He's probably going to like a white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
so
yes.
He can have his calendar. She wants to basically do like a boudoir shoot, and she wants Allie there. And Allie's like, okay.
She actually wanted her to shoot the photos, but then
so
we see later. Yeah, okay. You thought that too.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't the only one. I was like, I think she wants her to take these pictures.
I think she did too. And she very well could have. And Allie, like after the scene, was like, yeah, I'm not doing that, but I'll show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the processing facility. And Galyna shows up and Tessa's there. Tessa is now the office manager at the meat facility. And she says there's nothing she wouldn't do for the boss and those boys. So basically, Steve Sr. called her and said, I need you to go up there and be the office manager and get those people in line. And that's what she did.
Now, that's in another state.
Yes, I'm like, how far, like, where is she driving from?
I don't know. We should probably Google that.
We should, because then Kacie shows up. Kacie shows up to get the kidney fat.
Right.
She gets the kidney fat from the meat processing center. She renders it. She adds her own ingredients and she makes her tallow. So I'm sorry, Steven Jr. I don't care what you're doing. This woman's driving to another state to go get the kidney fat to make the tallow. I didn't realize that Galyna wasn't at the engagement until she said something.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know. I kind of felt bad for her, especially because Tessa's going on and on. She's like, and this one was there, and this one was there, and this
And
one was
she knew
there.
about it. Listen, honestly, I will tell you, it rubbed me the wrong way that Galyna was making it about her because it wasn't about her.
No,
It wasn't
it
about her.
wasn't.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that she was doing that.
Right. Right. Yeah. So
Okay, so
that
it's
was that scene.
50. It's 52.4 miles from Gallatin, Missouri, to Lamoni, Iowa. So it's an hour. It's an hour
An
away.
hour. Okay.
It's an hour.
All right.
Okay. So just so we know, because I have no
Right.
idea. Like we're in the middle of the country here. I have no idea what's going on.
I know. We only know the tri-state area.
That's it.
So now we're at Jesse and Allie's house, their city house. And Cole and
Yes.
Kacie, Steven Jr. and Allie show up for taco night, and Steven Jr. brought a game to play.
My God, this was so loaded.
It's basically a game asking very intimate questions of couples. And they they explain what the game is, and Cole goes, I'm just going to be honest. I only lasted about 2 minutes the other night.
I laughed. This is why I love Cole. Honestly, this is why I love Cole.
This must really be a McBee thing, though. These poor guys.
I mean, that's what Steve said, right? Steven Jr. said the same thing.
Shit.
But 2 minutes is longer than the 2 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever the hell she said it was.
Well, yeah, because Allie's question is, tell us about your first sexual experience. And she says she gave Steven Jr. the sloppiest blowjob of her life, and it lasted 2 seconds. And he's like, 10, as if that were better.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, listen, quite honestly, that's fine. Because the least amount of time you have to spend doing that,
absolutely,
the better.
Absolutely. And nobody want to be doing that anyway, honey. Nobody wants to be doing that anyway.
2 seconds, 10 seconds, fine. Either one.
Wait. How about the first question was Cole gets is what's your favorite sexual position? And his answer's like, well, from the back. Cole, I really do. I do.
So funny. Jesse and Allie, of course, get the question, are you satisfied with your intimacy? And it was interesting to hear her say that they both struggle with initiating it.
Mm-hmm.
And Kacie says you need to do 10 days of intimacy. And that's where you have sex 10 days in a row, which sounds fucking exhausting at our
does, but
age,
I think it's a good idea. No, I think at their age, I think it's a great idea.
It's a great idea. Great idea.
And they also both said, Jesse and Allie both admitted that they lack communication skills, which is exactly what I said last week is like,
yes,
that is their biggest problem. That's their biggest problem. But
Yeah.
I got to back up. I got to back up to Cole's other funny one. Okay. What is your wildest sexual fantasy? And Cole says, well, his is he just caught a big buck and then afterwards he just hammers it down. And they show a picture of him like catching a big buck. I'm just like, oh my God, Cole. Oh my God. Like this is, again, why
and then they show a picture of him and the animal and Kacie.
Yes, because Kacie hunts with him. Like Allie doesn't hunt, but Casey's like Kacie and Allie hunt together. Like like he said, they've been together since high school. Like they may have broken up here and there. That's what high school loves do, right?
Right.
That's what they do.
It's commendable. It's commendable that they lasted. And Jesse and Allie must have been high school sweethearts too, right?
They've been together for a long time as well. They have.
Yeah.
They have. Yeah.
So here, all I'm thinking is, this is ridiculous that they're playing this game, Steven Jr. and Allie, because they don't even know each other.
I know.
Literally don't even know each other. But she just felt comfortable enough to say on national television that she gave him a blowjob and he only lasted 10 seconds. I mean, I can't even.
But she prefaced it because she didn't want to have sex with him yet.
Right.
Because she just freaking met him.
Right. because I've known him for 30 seconds. So now I'm going to give him a blowjob for 10. Jesse asks how he could be a better partner. And Allie says, she says that he can, like, I guess, be more open with her. And he basically says the same thing about her. So it's definitely
Right.
all about communication with these two.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Allie tells Jesse that she stopped taking her birth control because she didn't like how it made her feel. And he looked pissed.
He was pissed because even in his
He looked
confessional, he's
pissed.
like, he was pissed. He's like, I feel like that's something we should have had a conversation about. I mean, not like it matters because we're not having sex. Well,
Right.
there's the problem there, Jesse.
Yes, absolutely. You know, he says when he comes home from work, it's like, "Oh, hey," like, she doesn't look excited to see him. They're making me very sad, but so I always remember this. Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee, when they were married, Pamela Anderson, after they got divorced, always said, like, that was part of the problem. Like, when she had kids, her focus went to her kids, and Tommy Lee got very jealous of that. And that's basically what ended their marriage. I do believe there was a little bit of domestic violence in there too, but, whatever,
Yeah.
allegedly. I think it's, we're seeing it on the Valley with Kristen and Luke. Like, your life just starts to revolve around especially when you have a couple of month-old baby, for crying out loud. Like, do you
Yes.
really
Yes.
need, like, her, like, jumping up and down, throwing confetti at you when you walk in the door? Like, she's fucking tired. She's
You know what?
tired.
I think this is what I think. So I so think this is like, I want to say it's like a generational thing, but I want to say this is like what is going on in today's world. So what's going on in today's world is that everyone is like caught up in their own stuff, right? And these people don't really have role models to have role modeled it to them. And I could say to you, like, my parents were married 60 years. And they made their 60th anniversary on January 27th, and then, unfortunately, my father passed on February 1st. But my father would always say, and I grew up with this, he was put on this planet to make my mother happy, right? That's what his motto was. So, me as a young girl, I wanna find somebody who is going to treat me that way as well, right?
Right.
And I
Yeah.
would remember, like, I remember, like, my father, he was electrical engineer, he worked for the government. He went to work every day, Monday through Friday. He traveled a lot with his work, but every day he would come home, the first thing he would do was go to my mom and give her a kiss. Like, I just remember these things, right?
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't think that this happens today. I don't think that this
No,
happens today because
you're absolutely
people
right.
People have not seen this. This is what I mean, we're Gen X, this is what we saw, right?
Mhm.
We know that Christy and Steven Sr. obviously did not have a good relationship. She was in the city, he was at the farm, she was with the kids in the city, he was cheating on her, he was lying to her. Like,
Mhm.
these kids don't have a role model today, and
It's a really good point. Yeah.
I think that that's what I think that's why we're seeing this. I think that's why we're
Mhm.
seeing this in not just the McBees and the Valley. I think that's why we're seeing this, like, in society, right?
Right.
I mean, Bill's parents just celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary. I mean, that's
That is
insane.
amazing. Insane. It's
That's
insane.
insane. Like, it's insane. I think this is and I don't know, and I don't wanna preach, but I think that if you don't have a role model and if you don't see it, like, you don't know what to do. This generation on McBee's, like I said, they grew up with phones in their hands. Like, this is all they know.
Absolutely.
They know instant
Absolutely.
gratification, they know, like, all about the likes. They have the world literally in the palm of their hands,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think that's where this whole issue lies, and that's what I just wanna
No,
say.
I think you're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right. Um, and Jesse and Cole are at the farm together. Steven Jr. shows up, and they start talking about how they gotta start taking stuff out of the office. They're talking about all the employees they have, and Steven Jr.'s, getting a little salty again about Galyna hanging out with
Galyna.
the Bravo stars. I mean, I do understand what they're saying, though. Like, they're like, every Instagram post, like, she's with somebody else, she's doing some other event, and, you know, I like, even Jesse and Cole are like, "Yeah, like, it's a little too much," because honestly, she was hired to do the finances. they are really, juggling a lot trying to come up with this money. And not that coming up with this money for restitution and fines and all that is Galyna's problem, because it is ultimately the father's problem. But if you have 20% stake in this company.
10.
Oh, I thought Galyna had 20.
10. Because this is when, in this episode is when we find out how she got the 10%.
Right.
Because that's when Kacie brings it up.
He didn't say 20. He said 10.
No, 10.
Okay.
10.
Because they
so
show Steven Sr. doing that. It must have happened in the first season.
No, they never showed it on. They never showed it.
Because it was filmed. So it must have happened at that time, though.
They never showed it, but that's how she wound up with 10% is because, like Kacie said, he was sleeping with her and she was doing the work and he wanted to, just like his son, wants to give it to yes. No, it's she has 10%. But still,
she should really be there.
Is a lot.
She should be 100%. There. She should be there helping 100%. Them through this time.
Because honestly, Allie, we don't know what. I don't think Christy has any percent. I think Christy has 0%.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Christy it depends on what she got in the divorce. I don't know what the state of Missouri's like. Like, is it communal property? Is it what you've acquired during your marriage? The state's laws would apply here. There has to be something in the divorce.
Well, it was said, and I've read this too, when she got divorced, she bought into this company, this failing communications company. And Steven Sr. said to her, you're never going to make this work. Like you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. Not only did she make it work, she turned it around and made it crazy successful.
So she don't even need his money.
Exactly. So she is the actual smart, savvy business person. And the first season she wasn't on because she wanted no part of it. The only reason she came on for the second season is because her ex-husband, it was out and he couldn't film, and she did it to support her sons because we know as a mom, you'll do anything for your kids. And she said that, I will do anything for my boys. So that's why she's there. I don't really think she's even getting any part of it. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there was something in the divorce, but maybe she got a payout and that's what the money she used to invest in the new company.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
I do.
So Allie meets up with Kacie. They're having dinner, and Kacie asks if Jesse's been working on the farm, and Allie says, I don't know. I really don't know what he's been doing. He does go to the farm and a lot of nights, and then I'm in the city, and I guess he stays at the farm. He stays at their farmhouse. So she says, I really wouldn't have made it through the last few months without Christy and her own mom. She says she hasn't gotten much support from Jesse. And she says she's willing to do the 10 days of intimacy, but he stays at the farm and he's not there. So Kacie says she doesn't think she can survive the McBee family without Allie. I thought that was very sweet.
I do too. And I like that those two are so close. And I really think that they do have each other's backs because they've been together in this family for so long, right?
Right. Yeah. And, Kacie's like, but I also don't see that Allie's getting what she needs. And Allie says she wants to give Jesse the opportunity to change. So Jesse and Cole are back at the farm. Allie is at Kacie's house and she's showing her the tallow. Allie, Steven Jr.'s Allie is now at Kacie's house.
Right. Allie Eklund. I know it's so confusing. I don't like only have two Allies. Allie Eklund. Yeah.
Kacie would like to have her name on the label. So Steven Jr. had told her that the tallow business is hers, but she hasn't gotten paid yet. And she did invest $12,000 into the business. And she's working on it 5 days a week. So Allie is asking a lot of questions. And then she does ask her, like, do you want help with the marketing? So, we don't, whatever it is. That's Allie's career. That's how Allie makes money. She promotes products.
Brands.
And maybe she does. Maybe she does get a percentage of some companies, but I would imagine if it's a big enough brand, she's just getting paid to do the post, right?
She's getting a percentage. No, I think she's probably getting a percentage of something with the big brands. Yeah, I think she's getting. Listen,
maybe she gives a link like Nicole.
Yeah, no, I think she's making bank. She's definitely making bank.
Oh, she's definitely making money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cole and Jesse are talking, and Cole's like, I learned way too much about Steven and Allie through that game.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
And then he says to Jesse, "That's the most I've ever heard you and Allie ever talk about." They kind of did they like blank it out, but I think he said sex.
They did because, like we said, like they're very private. They're very
Yeah.
private. And they
Yeah.
don't even communicate with each other.
Right, right. So Jesse said the change in lifestyle after having the baby was a lot. And Cole says that, hey, he and Kacie kind of went through it too. It's interesting because Blair is what, maybe 7 months older than Summer, or, a
No,
couple of
I
months,
don't think
whatever.
maybe 3 months. There's
Maybe
not a
3
huge
months.
difference.
But still,
Yeah.
we didn't see Cole and Kacie go through the first couple of months where you're really like, it's a real shock to your system.
Right.
Like, she's obviously at least 6 months old here, Blair, or 8 months.
Yes.
And that's
Yes,
like a
Blair.
game changer compared to 3 and 4 months.
Plus, the difference is too that Kacie and Cole live on the farm.
Right. He
So
sees her he
I
can
think
come at lunch, come home at lunch.
right. Christy's
Yeah.
there, Steven Sr.'s there, and we said that like before he went to prison. Steven Sr. was there all the time with the kids. Like that was his life.
Right.
Those
We
kids
saw
are
it
his
on
life.
Instagram, yeah.
Right. We saw it. Those kids are his
Yeah.
life.
So Cole says that they just have to, kind of grow through it. And in his confessional, Jesse says there's a lot of pressure, with what's going on with his dad and trying to come up with the money and having a new baby and all. And he put their marriage second or even maybe third.
Third.
And he
That was
says,
the big red flag. That was the big
and
red
he
flag.
says he
I mean,
thinks they're going downhill. Yeah.
that when he admitted that he thought the marriage was third, because I
Yeah.
said it last week, that's their big problem. I think those two can really do it and survive, but they need to communicate. Like they really need to get on the same page.
Yeah.
I hope they are now.
I know.
really
It's
do.
making me sad for them. It really is. It's really
Me
making me
too.
sad for them.
Me too. Me too.
Allie Eklund is telling Steven Jr. that the tallow has the opportunity to be a really huge product for the farm.
To save the farm. She says to save the farm. She tells Kacie that, and she tells Steven Jr. that.
It's
That's
very
a
dramatic.
big deal.
It's
that's a big
very
deal.
dramatic. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to save the farm. Like, don't be ridiculous.
But
They're
if
selling
if
meat.
it's gonna, I mean,
You're
if
not
they're
going
gonna
to
do
save the farm by selling beef tallow, for crying out loud.
But listen to this. If you're gonna do if it's true what Steven Jr. said, who does have an MBA in business and marketing, if you're going to do $5 million your first year on beef tallow, where your cost of goods is zero because you're doing it from garbage.
Well, that's how they can make the most money because
that's
they
what I'm
have
saying.
it right there. Right.
That is what I'm saying. Your cost of goods is zero, right? It's just turning it
like
into the product.
Bold statement that they're going to save the farm with it. But
I don't know.
What do I know?
I don't know.
have an MBA in business.
And I don't either. And I don't know how important tallow is to skincare, but I do think it's a big thing. Like, I think it's,
I use it. It's great. I use it.
And Lori was using it, right? You and Lori both use it. So I think it is a big thing in skincare. And I think he's right. If he gets it in Ulta and Sephora and he gets it in all those places, it could be more than
a big box store. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
this is great,
could be
though.
that.
Steven Jr. says he thought of the tallow a few years ago. I'm like, this motherfucker. He's going to try to steal it from her that way?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Allie says that Steven Jr. and Kacie need to have a conversation. Steven Jr. says she's so busy being a mom and they're behind on orders. And Kacie doesn't have
over 300.
Yeah, Kacie doesn't have the business expertise, but we see her working on it all the time. I think he's just a control freak, and I think that he's listening to what Allie Eklund is saying about it being this big business, and now his wheels are spinning. Then we see Masha.
You know what I think is interesting? I feel like because Kacie has always been riding hard for Steven Jr. As soon as him and Calla fell out, she was worried about Steven. As soon as Allie Eklund came in, she was worried about Steven being hurt. Kacie has always been worried about Steven.
Yes.
And I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's reciprocal. And that aggravates me because I feel like
did you see the coming attractions for next week?
I don't
where
know that I
he's
did. What?
telling Allie there's nothing, like, inappropriate there's nothing, like, inappropriate between me and Kacie.
Oh, yes, I did see that. I did see that.
So that's
I mean,
interesting.
that is interesting because I don't think there is anything inappropriate. I think that
No, I don't think so either.
Kacie is like his little sister because she ride or dies for Cole because they've been together since high school. And she looks up to Steven because Cole originally looked up to Steven until he realized what a narcissist he was and how he puts his relationships in front of the business. I think Cole was right there with Kacie until he saw it firsthand. I don't know.
So Masha's at her condo for her boudoir shoot, and Allie shows up to help. It takes Masha a couple of minutes, but she finally gets comfortable doing her thing. And Masha's telling Allie that she wants to go with Steven Jr. to drop him, Steven Sr. rather, to drop him off to jail. But Steven Sr. said it's up to Christy.
Christy. It should be up to Christy. I love
thought
that.
that was great. Me too. So she does her shoot. Steven Jr. calls Allie and says he's there. She's like, "Do not come in here."
How about when Allie asked Masha if her boobs were real?
Yeah, and she said yes. I mean, they were perky, so good for her.
No, I
But
mean,
she's
Allie's
young,
like,
Masha. How old
Yeah.
is Masha?
I mean, I don't know how old she is, but Allie's like, I know yours are real because mine are fake.
Yeah, yeah. So funny. So Kacie goes to talk to Steven Jr. She says she needs help with the tallow. She's very honest. If she could work on it every day, it would be fine. He said so back when they first started doing this, he said she could keep 100% of the income from the products.
Profits.
But
Yeah.
now he thinks that the product could do $5 million a year. But they need a whole team to back this up. And that's where Allie would come in. So if this is the path that it's going on, 100% of the profits cannot go to Kacie. So Kacie says this is very common for Steven Jr. to like swoop in and kind of take over. He asks her, "What do you think your percentage in this should be?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know. I have to talk to Cole." So Cole calls in. And Steven Jr. says, if I come in and make sure we have all the certifications, and listen, he is right. Like, you do need someone who knows that stuff because this isn't like you and I sitting here doing this podcast. We did start an LLC, and thankfully Wendy and Lori had experience in that because I did not. But when you're creating a product and selling it, you have to have the right facility, which they do because they already had these businesses. But like her rendering that in her own kitchen, that can't be legal. She needs like a facility where it gets inspected.
To get it to the next level. Absolutely. And there are things where you can do a home kitchen, where you can do home baked goods, and you can get those, and in the beginning, yes, absolutely. She'd be okay to do that. But like he is saying, to take it to the next level, absolutely. You need a certified manufacturing facility that is overseen because this is going to be a beauty product that is going to be on people's skin. So we need to have certifications. No, he's right.
He's absolutely right.
And I don't think Casey's denying that. I think she's agreeing with that. I don't think she's denying that.
And then he says Allie would come in with marketing. And what is the fair breakdown of percentages? And then it says current offer up on the screen. 40% McBee, 40 Allie, and 20 Allie Eklund. And then they
40% Kacie. 40% Kacie.
I'm sorry. Yes, 40% Kacie. Yes, I'm sorry. And then they flash back to Steven Sr. giving Galyna. See, I have 20% again.
I have 10%. Steve did.
Okay.
I have 10%.
Okay.
And then they broke up.
Yeah. So it kind of ends there. We don't really see what's happening. How it ends. And then we're at the city house with Jesse and Allie. Jesse comes home from work and Allie starts telling him about Kacie's conversation with Steven Jr. And then Allie called Kacie.
Actually, as soon as Jesse comes home, Allie says, "We need a bottle, please," like a stat.
Yes, she did.
And because this is what Jesse's complaint is. Like, she's not even like saying, "How are you?" Like, what's going on? And he's right. As soon as he walked in the door.
I feel like that was production. I feel like production was like, no, you stay here. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah,
can't
it
see
could
her
be.
being that person, just sitting on the floor, and as soon as he walks in being like, "I need a bottle." Like, I
Yeah,
just
but
can't see her being like that.
he he also said, I don't know if you picked this up, he also said, "Oh, I see you didn't clean up those other bottles." And she's like, "We were busy." So I kind of feel like there's more to this than what we're seeing, and it could be production, it absolutely could be, but
She's also working as a nurse practitioner full time.
she is, but if she's home with the baby, is she working or is she still on maternity leave?
What? No, because he said, "You've been working a lot," when they were out to dinner, remember?
Yeah. But again, we don't know what the schedule is. I mean, if you're working in a hospital, there's usually 12-hour shifts, so you're usually probably doing 3 days a week. Not that that's not taxing, because 100% it is.
Yeah.
We don't know. Like, we don't
We
know the
don't
whole
know. We
story.
don't know.
And that's the whole thing. We don't know the whole story.
Right. So Allie calls Kacie and she says, Kacie tells her, like, Steven Jr. thinks this could be a $5 million
They
dollar
put him on
business.
speaker. Right.
Yeah.
With Yeah, I like
And
that.
and she says, and he thinks that Allie should get 20% for marketing. Allie Eklund. And Allie's like, but Kacie, that's your business. She agrees that Steven Jr. should be involved and that it makes sense because he's the business guy, but 20% to Allie is not okay. And Allie tells Jesse that she doesn't know if he heard. Oh, so, okay. So then they get off the phone with Kacie because it's Blair's bedtime.
Right.
And Allie and Jesse kind of start talking about their what happened with game night. And Allie
Right.
basically tells them, like, I don't think you heard me the other night. And instead of us talking about it and communicating, you bolted to the farm. And he doesn't
Yeah.
deny it. So
No,
she
he
says,
doesn't.
I would have done the 10 nights of intimacy, but you weren't here. And he says that he encourages her to go out with her friends and offers to stay home with Summer, but she doesn't let him. So he's going to take advantage of the of having help for Summer, and he's going to go out. And she's like, "Yeah, but if you're going to go to the farm, like, we can go with
We
you.
can go
Like,
with
they
you.
have a house there, for crying out loud."
Right. And that's where it goes back to the whole communication thing. And I think that this
Mhm.
is where the problem lies, because we know who men are, right? We know you and I have been married a long time. We've been with our men a
Mhm.
long time. And
Mhm.
if we're going to take up the slack, well, they're going to go do what they need to do. But if we want to do something else, all we need to do is speak up,
Right.
right? I
Yes,
mean,
absolutely.
if you said to Eric, "No, no, no, I'm going to go with you to AC." He'd be
Right.
like, "Okay, let's go." If I said to
Yes,
Bill, "I'm going to go
absolutely.
with you fishing," he'd be like, "Okay, let's go." But if I don't say that and he says to me, "Do you want to stay?" Like Jesse's saying, "I thought you liked your alone time."
And the thing
And
is that when you're a new mom, typically you do just wanna stay home with the baby. Like, you're not
right,
looking to go out. And I
right.
think for guys, it's so different. Like, when we had
I
Tess,
agree.
Eric didn't go out a lot. Eric was never a big goer-outer. Like, when we first started dating, we did, but once we got whatever. But his friends would come over, and they would go in the back room, and they would play video games. And I would just be in the house with Tess, when she was a baby, but, like, little baby, but that's what he did. Like, he would do. He doesn't even play video games anymore, but that's what he would do. Like,
Right.
you know, if he was a going out guy, he'd probably wanna go out. I don't know how I would have felt about that, but he probably would have.
But Jesse's idea of going out is going back to the farm and hanging out
It
with his friends,
Yes.
because the farm is a family. Like they said, they're like, these people are not just employees. Like they've employed up to 60 people. And you see them hanging out with these people. Like these people are like family to them.
Yeah, and, not for nothing, but at the end of the last season when they were getting married, like, where they were gonna live was a big topic of conversation, and she said she
Yes,
was
it
gonna move to
was.
the farmhouse.
Yes,
He said, "So I guess you're moving to the farmhouse," and she was like, "I guess I am."
right.
And she
But I
did.
don't think that happened. I don't think that
It did
happened.
not
Right.
happen.
Right. Listen, they have to communicate and they have to figure it out. And I will say to them, don't be afraid to go to therapy. Go see a therapist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let somebody
Absolutely.
help you. Like this is not you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like this is something that has been done for millions of years, right?
Absolutely.
Even if you don't know how to navigate it, there's other people that do. So go see somebody, right? Make it easier for
Yeah.
you.
And basically, she just tells them, like, actions speak louder than words. Like, I don't want you to say you're going to do things,
Right.
say you're going to change.
Yes.
I need to
Yes.
say it. And listen, she's not wrong.
I mean, at
She's
the
not
end, they're
wrong.
both crying. At the end, they're literally both crying.
They were both crying.
And Jesse says, like, "Do you still want this?" And Allie's like, "Yes, like, I wanna see growth, like, I wanna see change." Like,
Right.
I feel like, I do feel like they want this. I feel like they're meant to be together. They just need a little help. I think they
Yeah.
need a
And
little help.
I'm sure, given the fact that their moms are so involved, I'm sure they're letting them know that. They're helping them through this. Like, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Listen, if they didn't know before, they certainly know after this episode, because we all know,
Right.
right?
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
between this and social media, we know what's going on. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
We know.
I really hope they're okay though, because I like these two together. I love Cole and Kacie, and I love Jesse and Allie.
I do
And
too. I do too.
I just hope they're all right. I really, so like I said, some people are too normal for reality TV, and I feel like the four of them are kind of too normal for it.
Yeah.
But I like watching them, so I hope they stick it out. I hope they stay on. I hope Steven Jr.
I
doesn't
do too.
screw this up for them. Stop
No, I
rage
do too.
texting Jax
I know.
2.0. My
I know,
God.
right? He's a crazy person. He really is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't see it. He does. I mean, when he sits there and does his confessionals, I'm like, does he watch these back? Because he comes off as so pompous and arrogant in every confessional he does.
He must be just like his father. He really must be just like his father.
Yeah, because you know what? I don't really think in season 1 we ever saw his father even in a confessional, to be quite honest with you. I'm going to have to go look back.
Yeah, I might go back and watch the first season because I never did.
Yeah. No, I recommend it. I definitely recommend it because his father's not he's an asshole. His father's an asshole.
He's not even good looking. I find him so unattractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
And it's so funny because you say, like, maybe he's got BDE, but Steven has the biggest small DE I've
Ugh.
ever seen. And
Oh,
everyone said it, right? I mean, are you kidding me?
like cringe.
I mean, is that even a thing?
Cringe.
Is that a thing, small DE?
Well, it's he's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna call this episode, small DE. I
I
think
like
that's
it.
what he's got. I think Steven McBee has small DE. Steve McBee has small DE. That's it. That's the name of
Agreed.
this episode.
Perfect. Beautiful. Well, thank you for watching and listening. Please, like we said, please subscribe on YouTube. Please follow us on Instagram and engage and comment. We love the comments, even if we don't agree, especially with the Valley, because people really don't agree with us with the Valley. Well, I shouldn't say
That's
that.
a
Some people do agree with us.
No,
Some
it's
people agree.
mixed.
Yeah, it's mixed. It's mixed, but that's okay. We're okay with that. So thank you.
Bye.
Bye.